They had town hall meetings and people went ballistic over the Medicare issue. And it's kind of funny because these guys think, like they have these charts, they have these pie charts and all. And Ryan, Ryan's a smart guy. He's a young guy though, he's only 41, but he's got very old ideas. But anyway, he really does. I mean, all these ideas are old. Republicans have been pushing this stuff for decades. But anyway, so Ryan, he does a very good presentation. And so I think these guys, when they went home to their districts, they thought that all they had to do was put up these pie charts and like the charts were magical or something. So, they put up the charts and of course the audience just tore them a new one. But anyway, so there is opportunities for us to get involved, to make your voices heard. It was very, very clear after they went home from their town hall meetings, after they heard the outrage from people. I thought it was going to back them up, but it hasn't. I mean, they've hunkered down. They're still pushing this agenda, which frankly I kind of like, because that means that we're going to get the House back sooner than later, as long as they keep doing that. Now, there is a lot of confusion over the debt ceiling, so that's one thing that we really need to understand, because the polling on that shows that like 60% of the public believes we shouldn't raise the debt ceiling. And let me just tell you, if we don't raise the debt ceiling, the recession we saw, it's going to be lightweight compared to what will happen to the international markets if the debt ceiling is not raised. And it means that the government essentially shuts down, and who's going to get paid are international creditors. Now, there's a whole lot of stuff said about China, and I frankly think that it's anti-Asian. I really do, because they've turned China into this huge boogeyman. China does not own the majority of our debt. They own about 7% of our debt. But we would have to pay international debtors before we would pay Social Security, before we would pay our troops, and everybody else can forget about it. If we're not paying Social Security and the troops, we're not paying anybody else. And so raising the debt ceiling is something that we need to be very clear about, and so there are opportunities to make your voices heard, and we'll talk about that shortly.